The case against Sithembiso Mdlalose, who confessed to starting the Marshalltown fire that claimed 77 lives and displaced hundreds of people, is expected to be heard in the High Court today. Mdlalose faces 76 counts of murder, 120 counts of attempted murder, and a charge of arson in connection with that deadly fire in the Johannesburg CBD in August 2 years ago. Newzroom Afrika's Veronica Makhoali joins us now. Veronica, all of us can go back to that afternoon when we saw those flames pouring out of the Sithembiso building, and then just watching that death count just mount throughout the course of the afternoon and into the night. The man in question has allegedly confessed to this, and this is some of what will be tested in court. Tell us what's happening where you are and whether any of the survivors and their families are expected to attend.
Well, Iman, I can tell you that we are indeed at the site of one of the deadliest tragedies in Johannesburg's history. It was, of course, in the early hours of August the 31st in 2023, where, of course, this was a scene of horror. Some of those cries and screams that filled the air as desperate residents jumped from the windows trying to escape the raging fire from this building. The remnants of the Marshalltown blaze, Iman, are obviously still remain very visible, and of course so does that trauma of that night for hundreds of families and victims who lost their lives. In fact, just even being here, Iman, one can just remember the scene of body bags lining up the streets here in the Johannesburg CBD. And the man accused of allegedly starting that fire, Sithembiso Mdlalose, is expected to make his first appearance at the Johannesburg High Court this morning. His case was previously being heard in the Johannesburg High Court, but was plagued with delays since July 2024. And of course, he was arrested after he made that shocking confession to the commission, where he did mention that he was allegedly, consumed substances, including drugs, where he strangled a man to death and doused this individual with petrol to try and conceal that murder and set him alight inside this building. And that is, of course, when tragedy struck. And given that the structures inside this building where more than 200 families were living, it caught alight. And of course, the rest is a tragedy that really is still a scar in the city of Johannesburg. And in regards to today, we are definitely expecting some movement in regards to this case. As you'd understand, there has been some delays in that specific commission and regards to justice for some of those families and some of those that died, more than 70 of those, waiting for as well the commission to find and hold people accountable for what has happened. And so we are expecting him to appear today in court. We are also expecting some of the civil movements that have been part of this case to also just give us an understanding of where the matter stands today in regards to that. And hopefully some of the family members and victims will also be present in court, Iman.